Hey, it's Miranda. The coronavirus has affected me in many, many ways, considering we're doing this at home now and not actually in class. But a lot of the emotions that I've felt are I felt a lot of fear, I feel a lot of sadness. I'm really angry about it, honestly, and annoyed. And I feel like I show it more non verbally than I do verbally. I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. If I talk about it, I don't know, it makes it more real, and I'm tired of hearing about it because that's what all you hear about now is everybody talking about coronavirus. And I don't always think rationally about it or about how others may be feeling due to their circumstances because I know we're all going through it differently. And some people know people who have it, some people's parents have it, and we're all just dealing with it differently. A lot of my relationships have been affected due to it. I haven't been able to have people over or hang out with anyone. I feel like I'm losing a lot of my relationships that I've had with my friends and everything. And it doesn't just affect like the friendships I have. It's also affecting like my family life. My mother, she's a nurse at Baptist Health in Richmond, and she has a couple of coronavirus cases there. Sorry, I have dogs. They're going crazy. So yeah, my mom is a nurse and she lives with my grandmother. And my grandmother, she has like she has to go through the dialysis and everything. She has bad kidneys. She's had cancer. You name it, she's had it. And so my mom has to quarantine herself in the basement away from the rest of my family to try and protect my grandmother. And like she literally had to kick her husband out and everything. So now the husband's upstairs. It's just my mom in the basement because she can't be around anybody that's going to be in contact with my grandmother, which is really weird. Like when you go to see your grandma, you always want to hug her because it's your grandma. But I still work, so I can't go hug her. And it's so weird. Like, bye, grandma, I love you. Can't touch you. It's just really upsetting. And the conflict in my personal life is very minimal. I haven't really had any problems at home. But with me working at a grocery store, I see a lot of conflict at my job, like between customers. The most conflict I come into contact with is if a customer gets upset over product limitations and availability. Most people can be reasoned with because they understand, like, we are going through a pandemic, but there are the occasional people that will blow it out of proportion and make it my fault that they can't get what they're looking for or that they can't get more than a certain number of items. Like, that they limit the number of sanitizers you can get, the number of soaps you can get. And I try not to take it personally because I know everybody is, again, going through their own thing. I don't know. It's just weird when strangers are yelling at you over things you can't handle. Like, I'm just a cashier. The communication climate around me has completely changed. I feel there is always gloom and darkness, like I haven't seen the sun in 6 months. At work, normally you can just go up and scan people's big items, like their water bottles or cokes. But now people, like, if you go up to them and try to do it, they back away like they're scared of you. It's There's always like, and now in front of the cashier lanes, they put up big plastic walls in front of us so that we don't come into contact with anybody. And it just feels like there's a big disconnect between me and like other people. Like I'm supposed to be boxed in and afraid of it. I don't know. I used to be able to hang out with my coworkers and hug them if I wanted to. And now if I were to try to do that, everyone would like freak out and tell me like, no, don't touch me. I watch people snap at strangers all day if they get too close to them. And I know we're supposed to do the hashtag alone together, but it really just feels like hashtag alone, and they won't let me work more than 20 hours at my job. And as of Thursday, it is now mandatory that I have to wear a face mask. And I don't know if you've ever had to like wear one, but they squish your nose and make it hell to breathe, and it is absolutely awful. But I'm hoping there's a light at the end of this tunnel, and we're gonna come to it soon, because I don't know how much longer of this I can take. But this is it. So, bye.